You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the November 20th meeting for the Long Beach Human Resources Committee. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Okay, so after our last meeting, we mostly finished up. This is the Human Resources, 11 o'clock on November 20th. We had mostly finished, besides removing the benefits table, because that's going to be in the appendix so that we can amend it in the future and not have to update the handbook. So that would be for employee benefits. So I think we're closer to accepting all of our changes. Did we have anything else? I think we were going to talk, we'd mentioned talking about the sellback for that take place. I mean, this year there were 2 only. There's a limit on it. Do you guys recall that?
Right.
You both, I think we brought that up.
There is a limit, but then in the current handbook, there's also an exception that, for instance, one of our street department employees is considering maybe selling back more than 40 hours, but the handbook only allows that to happen in December if the budget allows for it. So there is language in the current handbook that says the town, I think it puts it back on me, maybe the town administrator and the clerk can approve it if the budget has the funds for somebody to sell back more hours. So, but otherwise it's limited 40 for 8-hour employees and 60 for 12-hour employees. So, and we had 3 employees total this year that sold back some of their time.
Okay. So the chances of somebody wanting to sell over 40 hours is very rare.
Very rare.
Do you feel the need that you would have to approve it if asked? You know, does that put you on the spot kind of?
No, I think if the budget allows for it to occur, I don't have an issue with it because it may be a case that the particular department is short-staffed
Okay.
and that other employee is having to pick up the slack because we weren't able to hire somebody and may not have used vacation time. And then rather than them losing it, we would just compensate them by paying them for it.
On the other hand, if they were short-staffed now or when they wanted to take it, you would have the reason not to. Well, I guess that, no, by and back, you would always have more manpower than less. So, yeah, I could see that would be a.
Yeah.
In that circumstance, you would more than likely have the budget as well.
Yeah.
And I do think that that's key, that we look and
Yeah,
see
sure.
that we can afford it. And
Yeah. And it says only can occur in the month of December. So then we know what we're looking at in our last 30-day window. And then if that department has an excess of overtime that wasn't used throughout the year, then we would just pay it out of the unused overtime portion.
Okay,
So,
that makes sense.
yeah. But we have, in the last 5 years, we've never had anybody sell back more than the allowable amount. This would be the first time if they move forward with it. So,
you guys okay on that?
Yep, I'm okay. Are
Okay.
you okay?
I'm okay with that, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so Deanna and Kayla graciously went through our references. I should make a copy of this, but I believe the check marks mean that we have something.
Okay. So I guess we have to look at the ones that don't have a check mark and decide if it's important or not, or we can just,
So I guess,
like an application for employment form. Would there not be? Oh,
well, so the check mark
Oh,
means
they
we
should have
we
check
have
mark,
them.
okay.
Yeah, I guess I can go make a copy of this for you guys. I should
you
have
could just tell us which ones.
done that, but so down the list here, Mark, you can just use that to look.
So this has a check mark, right?
So perf is online. Deanna had written personal reference request. They have, and they're wondering if that's the
Oh.
same thing.
Same thing, I would think.
PTO request form we have. Disclosure form for conflict of interest. I think that I need to get this one. So the SBOA conflict of interest form. I believe I have that from the auditor. She gave it to me. So Meg has this one. Okay, so then the next one that, first one that we don't have is the certification of elected official to the executive of the town of Long Beach on compliance with municipal anti-nepotism policy. So communication of elected official to the executive of the town of Long Beach. So the executive would be the president of council,
Mhm.
and it'd be a certification of compliance with the anti-nepotism policy. So I guess I think we have an anti-nepotism policy somewhere, right?
Probably, I
Exists,
think we
but-
use the state law.
All right, can we start from so.
Oh, sure.
I'm
So-
looking at the same form, so.
Sure.
The
Sorry.
application we have, the alcohol drug-free policy we have.
Yes. Yes, we're down to the SBOA one. That was the
Okay.
first one that, but Meg says she has that one.
Okay.
So then we were down two more to the certification of elected officials. And do we think that exists or no?
Well, the certification could simply be an email, or I guess it would need to be a piece
Oh,
of
like
paper that says,
Anti-nepotism policy.
so, well, it's saying that all elected officials, but see, my understanding, and I don't know if I'm right or not, but I think talking with our attorney was that, actually with the auditors, I take that back, with the auditors, that you only file these if it exists. So if someone has, so it's my job as clerk to distribute a conflict of interest
Mm-hmm,
form
mm-hmm.
so that everybody knows what it looks like, has it. So that form would be part of this appendix, addendum, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Any council member that is new would need to receive, the conflict of interest, the anti-nepotism policy. If a conflict or nepotism existed, they would then fill out that form to have on file.
Wouldn't it make sense though to have everyone sign that anyway? Because.
Well, that's where we don't have to, though, I don't believe. It was only if it actually exists. Because what you're doing is you're filling it out and saying, I have a conflict when it
Oh.
comes to this.
I see what
Yeah. Nepotism exists because me and this person are related,
Mm-hmm,
and this person is my whatever.
mm-hmm.
So,
But it does exist. And,
well, the policy I'm going to have to find, like if that's in our handbook, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess we could see how this is referenced in the handbook, because then I think it's just simply that
And this.
I need to make
Right.
sure any new council member
Right,
or employee has access to these forms.
right.
Or to, not these forms, but to the policy and the conflict of interest
Yeah. As long as
disclosure.
everybody is aware.
So there should be a policy, right? in our handbook that-
I believe so. Well, I don't know if it's the handbook. Is it? I don't recall. I think it's probably is it in the code? I wonder.
If it's page
Might
24.
be in
it's-
the ordinance.
It might be in an ordinance as opposed to the handbook,
Okay,
but it might be in,
yeah.
Okay.
then Somebody should check back.
You might
on
be able
page
to
24
search
and
for-
see if it's there.
anti and see if it comes up.
Okay.
So that one,
Let's keep scrolling.
need to find the policy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that one exists,
Okay.
but and I think even if it doesn't exist, we need one. I don't think we should get rid of this. Is everyone in agreement on that?
Mhm.
Correct.
Right?
Right.
So, okay. Okay, so that one needs a little work, but we'll,
Okay.
but at this point, I don't think we should remove, what it says in the
No.
handbook. Okay, so on to the next one, disclosure of relatives contract with municipality. Council member. So again, is this a form we need to
Yeah,
create?
same thing.
Yeah, is it a form we need to create, or is it simply if this exists, it's the council member needs to be informed, A, when they join council that if this exists, they have to disclose it.
Yes, that's a
And-
policy.
So do we need a form though for them to disclose this?
I would say no, that they just put it in writing, notifying the executive of the
Mhm.
conflict.
Mhm.
I don't really see a need for a form for the
Right.
few times it would occur. That council member would be responsible to condense it to writing and then forward it to the executive.
I
Which
agree.
is similar to the one above it of the
Right, very
anti-nepotism,
similar.
right? And they're on the same page. So we just need to make sure that that wording is what we just discussed.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
No, I don't think it should come out. I think it just would be worded in the fact that a council member has to do that if it exists. Okay, so next, Internet Code of Conduct form doesn't appear to exist.
Does not.
I don't believe so. Or at least they couldn't find it.
There's
So-
just a-
Again, there's a policy
There's-
in the hand.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
that one could
maybe,
be removed, I
Right.
think.
Mhm. And then if you violate the Internet Code of Conduct, you are subject to possible discipline.
Mhm.
And it's in the handbook that you signed for.
okay, so I'm making a note that that reference should be removed from.
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so next is Town of Long Beach Police Department rules and regulations.
We have a policy manual on the drive that has 30 plus policies on it, from use of vehicles, weapons,
Okay.
code of conduct, code of ethics, all that. So that does exist.
So when is that given? Is that just given to a new officer?
Yes, they review them, and then will see one coming up, license plate reader policy that I'm putting in front of the council on December 8th. Occasionally, the council will approve some of our policies as well. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just need to see what that reference says on page 31 and, you know, how it's used. But we do know that that exists and Mark has it. Mark, in your opinion, does this need to be in our appendix or it's just part of the police packet more?
I think it's just referenced in the handbook that certain policies and procedures of the police department outside of the handbook exist and makes reference to them.
Okay.
And then my goal is in the next year, I've been working on for the last year and a half or so, some of our policies, updating them to a new format. And then I want to put the entire packet in front of the council at some point for approval. But yeah, I think it's just referenced right now that they exist. So.
Okay.
And our staff receives them by email and through our online training portal, where they have to physically read the policy and then sign off on it through the online Police One training portal, the software that we have. So,
Okay. Okay. And then it looks like we have the next three, the disciplinary action form, testing / medical authorization form, alcohol drug testing, and the accident incident report form. And then, so next is the work-related expense form.
Hmm.
And
We don't have that on our list.
it's
Oh, yeah,
right-
there it is. How to Long Beach work. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Page 45.
So I know in my office, there's a packet of mileage logging expense sheets. I know I've seen, I mean, typically, if the police or my office is, for example, signing up for a class,
Mhm.
and myself as clerk now is required to get so many hours every year, and I have to report that I've gotten those. It's usually more just that you submit your,
reimbursement.
what you filled out, proving that you paid for it or used the town credit card to pay for it, and then have that support. So I don't think there's a mileage one, but I don't think this expense form exists. And are we okay with that, or do we think we need a, it's honestly not common, at least in my 2 years. It's just been really for more educational expenses. You know, we're not allowed to buy lunch or things like that.
I thought we did talk about though, a per diem, if somebody is going to a class or
We were
a
going to look at the per diem.
conference or something, and then.
so then the receipts are submitted for
Okay, so
reimbursement.
You just,
And actually, the per diem is just showing that you were in fact at your class.
You don't have to, you
And
just get
then-
that amount of money.
yeah.
You don't have to have, yeah. it's
And I've
all-
only done that once.
Okay.
And if it were expenses, if myself, for example, I would just submit my receipts, I think, if it wasn't per diem.
What does
that-
submitting your receipts look like? You know, how do you submit?
Like
them?
if you would bring them to the
Mhm.
clerk's office, and then we put them through AP
Okay. So-
to reimburse somebody. So it's not different than how we do
Well, it
the
doesn't.
parks
sound like it's
program,
needed, though.
or that's what I
If you
think
do it
it's overkill, but
electronically, you
okay.
don't need the form, you know?
right.
And mileage, we really don't have because water, street and police typically will use a town assigned vehicle to travel to training. So you
the
don't
only
have
thing
mileage.
Deanne and I talked about was, I think the prior water manager or two ago would log going to the bank because we use our own vehicles for that. So I probably will just offer that to Diane, that if she would like to do that, she has that option.
Mhm.
The problem is we changed it in the handbook that to get reimbursed, you have to do it within 5 days. So it's kind of a lot of work for the
Mhm.
2 mile drive.
I think I wouldn't even offer.
I mean, she could do that if she wanted.
Yeah.
Because, you know, and I go to the bank more now, but you know, Deanna's worked here 20 years, so, and always had to do that. So, I mean, part of your job, but also you're using your own vehicle. So,
But the going rate is what, 70 cents per mile or something? So you're talking about $140 each way. That'd be hard to.
yeah. But if you think we go every day or every other day
Yeah,
over
yeah.
a span
So
of
you
your,
would probably have to take away that 5 days.
I'm not going to start doing that,
No.
but
Yeah,
I
well,
probably
it
will
has to
just
be
let
handled
them know that
every pay period or something.
that's kind of how I would have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But so I think we're saying we're going to remove this one. Okay. Or at least see what the circumstances in the handbook. Overtime authorization form, they had written down the supplemental time card. So when overtime is worked, Mark, they submit an
Mhm.
additional little time card that's
Mhm.
kept with the timesheet. Is reviewed by Mark, is reviewed by myself. So I kind of think we can also remove this, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And employee benefit program enrollment forms. I think it's okay to reference those because, for example, we just got an email with the electronic version of our benefit forms. And all of the employees will receive those documents electronically. So to me, that's what those are referring to. I guess, Mark, how reasonable is it? I have to keep these for the audits. They did look at all 5 years. They wanted support of our benefit plans.
Mhm.
So do they need to be part of the handbook? Or can we simply state that they are given to employees electronically each year?
I think just putting that they are provided annually
Yeah,
To the
provided
employees.
annually to employees. Okay, great.
as part of the annual open enrollment
Mhm.
period.
Great.
Let's remove two.
Specialty pay, the ERC certification. That's
Tom,
process that Tom does. And
he provides the
that
certificate.
certification is provided to myself and stored in his file. So I guess we just need to read what it says about it. Yeah,
Well, all of these, right? So one, so far, 5, 6, so just restate it in the handbook, so it doesn't look like
There is a form, yeah.
okay. Well, and some of these weren't forms, they were just referencing something and we just needed to make sure that
Yeah.
that
Okay.
reference
Yeah.
is accurate, I think, and should remain.
Mhm.
Okay, the next one, the leave of absence form we have. And the last two, they did not have. So medical release to return to work form, employee separation form.
The medical release to return to work form typically is provided by the physician to the employee to be provided to the
Yes.
department head. So I think we could remove that.
Make sure it's in there that they need it.
And whatever reference is in the handbook, just put it back onto the employee as their responsibility to provide to their department head.
Okay, and I think we did discuss that at
Mhm.
the last meeting.
and the employee separation form is.
I think we said that employees just do their own letter of resignation,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
Right,
So remove. Okay,
that's good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that we're removing, and might have to amend the
Two.
handbook to reflect what we want to
Mhm.
say. We have
Mhm.
two that we have to look into, the certification and disclosure. Just-
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so where I am at, I have deadlines in December for the council meeting and audit follow-up that are due December 15th.
Mhm.
So I guess what are our goals for, I know we were hoping to get this into publication in the new year.
Mhm.
Do we want to, I guess, just trying to think how I can, if I try to work on this and we accept the changes and then we review it
Yeah.
one time further.
Mhm.
Can we just, since we have page numbers, just quickly look at the reference and just see if it's a go?
Yeah.
All right.
If we can make the changes.
Yeah, let's just start with page 28, the code of conduct form. I mean, it seems like we could do this in 10 minutes, you know,
Okay.
and we'll be that much closer. Oops.
Internet code of conduct. is that
Form,
the first
yeah.
one? Yeah.
Yeah, form, we want to remove that.
Internet access is provided to the resources all employees and accessing the internet and the responsibility. Access the internet.
Oh.
These guidelines.
Yeah, as long as the policy is there.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Okay.
Next one is page 31, the Town of Long Beach Police Department Rules and Regulations. I don't even know if we need to,
So we just said that
that one.
new officers review it
Yeah, so
and
that
it
one we can-
referenced that they exist.
Just
So
it doesn't-
what's the context that it's used?
Marshals are subject to all of the requirements identified in the Town of Long Beach Police Department rules and regs.
There you go.
Mhm.
I think that's
Okay, next
good.
one,
Yep.
page 45, Town of Long Beach Work-Related Expense Form.
I think we said we're just removing that.
Yeah.
So
Just wanna make
that- I guess let's read,
It says under employees expense reporting, Town of Long Beach employees, officials, and others who incur Town of Long Beach work-related expenses are required to submit their expenses for reimbursement as follows. The Town of Long Beach employees must complete the Town of Long Beach expense report form and submit to their department head along with appropriate supporting documentation such as original receipts from all work-related expenses. Pre-approval is not required as employees' expenses are generally included in the employees' department annual budget.
Can you just reword that to
Yeah.
take away that form part and say they need to submit their
Complete
receipts and everything to their, just take the
Mhm.
form part.
Town of Long Beach employees must Submit.
Yeah, the receipts and, you know, whatever else followed in that sentence.
I don't know, can I, edit this?
You should be able to. Yeah. I can do it after the
Yeah,
fact
okay.
too, if you'd rather.
this
So
is,
I can make a note that I can go in and do
yeah,
that
it's on page-
if that's easier.
45.
Okay. So we just want to say must
Submit all
submit.
receipts for reimbursement. Make it simple. And then also on that page is the overtime authorization form. Is it reference?
What page is it?
45.
So we were, I believe, just also going to remove that one.
Yeah, right.
It says
These were going,
overtime is authorized. Employees. Let's see.
Overtime authorization form.
It just says. when overtime is authorized.
Wonder if it's the next page, maybe?
That's the. Okay. And then this was under that one? Yeah. What did it say?
uh,
Says page 45, overtime authorization form.
oh, it says it reasonable for authorizing overtime. So
Yeah, it doesn't even say.
Doesn't
So
mention
that's
it.
easy.
Okay.
It's out.
And then 49 is the employee benefits program enrollment form. We're removing that.
So we said about that it's provided annually to employees as part of the annual open enrollment period.
Right, I wouldn't even say anything.
Employee benefit program enrollment forms. Well, and I think the question would be just when we take out that table and make a supplement of it, that it states this as well about benefits forms, I guess, about open enrollment.
Yeah, it doesn't say.
All right, so that's easy. And the
Good.
next one is page 53, the specialty pay, the ERC certification.
Okay, there it is.
Okay.
The special pay ERC certification, street department superintendent on certification or recertification annually shall receive a one-time bonus. Blah, blah,
We
blah.
talked about just taking that out, right? Since it
Yeah.
was a one-off.
Yeah, in the end, this shall be paid after providing certification to.
Well, I know
For
I think-
sure, you don't need a form and mention, but.
No form, but I think it's good to keep it in the handbook just so that we can memorialize that it exists and that it goes to the, yeah.
Next is 56, the medical release to work.
so we just want that wording to
Yeah.
say that it's provided by the physician or that the employee needs to provide.
Written request from LA leave of absence is submitted to the department head, which we
Yeah,
have,
that we
right?
have.
Okay, in advance, a town request, the leave of absence form is available from the department head. We have that, a leave of absence form?
No,
Yes.
we're saying, no, oh, yes. Okay.
Under personal leave of absence, a written request for personnel leave of absence is submitted to the department by the employees as far in advance as possible, then forwarded to the town administrator for approval. A town of Long Beach request for leave of absence. Okay?
Should be more at the end where it talks about returning to work, I think.
Page 56. Returns to work, it will be considered, no, it doesn't. Oh, insurance. I don't even see anything about a medical.
Well, I'll go in and just check on these.
Okay, and then the last one is page 62, the separation. So yeah, just if you can check that one, but otherwise.
Yeah, okay.
Voluntary separate, okay. Employee voluntary separation. Upon voluntary separation of employment or retirement, employee shall receive pay. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Upon separation of employment, any accrued or unused PTO will be paid. It doesn't say about.
Form? No? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm,
There's no.
Yeah, if it's not referred to, then
No.
I don't need to worry about it.
Or maybe we put that because do we want that form to exist? But
No,
I don't know.
think we
I don't
said
think
that
so.
they
It's
would-
got a question mark
They would
after it, so.
initiate, yeah, their separation. A letter of resignation is usually provided.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So do we want to save it and accept these changes? And
And then review them.
are we there?
Yes, I think
I
so.
kind of think so too.
I think so too.
And then we can try, so
So you want to
how
shoot
does, in your experience, Mark, the acceptance of a handbook update, just an agenda item?
Well, I think we want to, as a committee, accept the changes and then each of us go through it to find any omissions or any additional changes. So set our next meeting to have time to do that. And then the following month, prior to the council meeting, get it to the council members in advance and then put it on their agenda. That's
So
how,
even if it's approved in January or February,
yeah.
still,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the last time we approved it, it was like middle of the year, like June, the council approved
So
it.
so we may not make our January
Yeah.
thought, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you're going to accept the changes and then we should review it prior.
Yeah, I just need to figure out, I think I'm not, like I had stated before, I'm not as familiar with Teams and these shared files, so how to save it and then so we don't lose our
I think maybe Kayla,
red line version. So yeah, Kayla
Kayla
and I
may
will
be
do,
able to.
make sure we don't lose anything.
And you'll let us know when it's ready. for us
Yes.
to review.
Yes.
And then we're gonna meet on the 17th of December.
Mhm.
I think it's scheduled for a different time right now. I think it's by 11 or, do you have be able to look at the town website real
I
quick?
can. Mhm.
Just pull up that calendar real quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't bring my phone. Yeah, so what I hope is that you would be able to go back into that same spot.
Mhm.
There will be the red line, there will be the changes accepted. And then our final step is to figure out how we want the appendix to be, which if that's part of the table of contact or contents, and then it has its own table of contents of forms so that employees can
Yeah,
find what they need.
I think it should.
um,
I think just like this,
Right.
you
Mhm.
list it and what page it's referred to.
Mhm. And the other option would be to just state any form that an employee needs, see the clerk's office, and we can, we will have all these forms,
Mhm.
and or town administrator, I suppose. But yeah, I think it's just, I want it to be easier for employees to
Mhm.
For sure.
do some of these items.
Right now on the town calendar for December 17th, it has human resource meeting at 12:30 PM on the 17th.
Can we make it earlier?
Yeah, we'll update the calendar.
December 17th.
Let me look and see what my schedule. I'm good with 9:30 that day.
Check, I should be, but. Okay, and that's a Wednesday again, right?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
back to Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Payroll, so, but I can work around this, so that's fine. Okay,
All right, so 9:30.
so I will notice that meeting.
Did you put anything for?
She had a doctor's that she had switched
Oh,
from
oh.
tomorrow or yesterday to today,
Yeah.
so that was my fault I apologize for the short notice. Okay,
All right. well,
then let's, we'll plan on that meeting and be closer here.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, thank you all.